What happens when a criminal enterprise is completely run by animals? Well, I hope you're having a great day, cause it's time for this week's episode of Odd News Weekly, the show where we give you the craziest news of the week, right here for your enjoyment. This week, we're gonna talk about crazy stories like robots that can last forever. And you have to stay to the end to hear what happens when you drive 200 miles an hour on a German highway. So strap in for this week's episode, get yourself a snack, a drink, get yourselves comfy, and let's get into the craziest stories of the week, starting with number 1. There's a criminal enterprise in Bali that's been terrorizing tourists, and it's run completely by monkeys. There's a crime syndicate that's made of only monkeys, and they've taken over the Uluwatu temple. Since this is a very popular tourist destination, these monkeys have learned to steal valuable items in exchange for delicious treats. Honestly, I'm impressed at how organized the monkeys are, and this really makes me think of the movie The Planet of the Apes. It could be real. They could take over. Look at them. They're doing crime. They can do anything if they put their minds to it. They're gonna take over the world and the humans will become the slaves. I think. It really might happen, you know. Imagine if one of them stole a gun. What if they start stealing guns and terrorizing people? Maybe this is no one else worried about this? Is it just me? They've learned to do crime. We need to stop this now.
You'll never know.
Okay, but seriously. This temple of monkey crime has about 600 monkeys, and get this, they steal an average of 5 to 10 smartphones every day. Do the math, that's a lot of money. So yeah, if you find yourselves in a temple in Indonesia, please, keep your valuables safe. You never know what kind of crime syndicate might be after it. And also, 5 to 10 smartphones a day, they're making a lot of money, you know what they say. Crime really does pay. But moving on to something more wholesome than crime. This man is a mechanic, an athlete, and now an author, but he doesn't have any legs, showing us all the epitome of if there's a will, there's a way. Casey McAllister lost his legs in a car accident when he was a kid, but now he's a mechanic and he inspires so many people with his work, even through his disability. I mean, this guy is actually a great mechanic. Just look at how quickly he puts on that tire. But really, if you thought that was it, get ready for this. He also competed in 3 whole Spartan races, showing us just how determination and hard work can get you through anything. And if that wasn't enough, he's also become an author with his book, When Life Gets You Down, Rise Up. I mean, seriously, what can't this guy do? Man, you know what? We need more Caseys around to motivate everyone, because this guy can do it all through everything that he's been challenged with in his life. It really made me think that my legs are really fine, and I don't really know how to change a tire, and I should be in a race or something and go outside maybe. Well, Casey, you motivate me. So starting tomorrow, I'm gonna exercise. I don't know, actually. Who knows? But I'll just watch more Casey videos and get my motivation up, so that should help. But Casey, thank you. We're happy to see you do well and all the lives you've helped along the way. Keep going. We believe in you. Clap it up for Casey. Woohoo! We love you! But moving on to more interesting news, cab drivers in Afghanistan have learned a new way to cool your car. Look at that thing on top of these Afghan taxi cabs. No, it's not luggage like you're thinking. It's their newest way to beat the summer heat. It's a makeshift cooler that one driver said works better than a normal air conditioner because it spreads coolness throughout the entire car instead of just cooling the front. And man, this is actually some really impressive DIY engineering. Fun fact, I am a licensed mechanical engineer. And we learned about air conditioning, and let me tell you, my engineering brain is really impressed that they were able to make such a low-cost solution that really works. I mean, really, let's be honest here, it's not the smoothest to look at. It's large, and it's kind of ugly. A little bit. But you know what? If it works, it works. If I'm in that cab and I'm sweating my butt off, I couldn't care about how ugly it looks on the outside. I need cool air down. And these Afghan cab drivers really help me out with that. So that's cool. This is an amazing story of ingenuity through some really challenging circumstances. And I'm all here for it. I could probably use one of these things too in the Philippines. You know, it gets really hot out here, so maybe I might have to look into that. Well, speaking of engineering, on to this week's most wholesome story. We have the cutest irrigation engineer in the world. This cattle dog Sissy has the silliest and cutest hobby, digging out paths for water to flow into. Just look how happy she is when she sees the water come down through the channels that she makes with her paws. I'm really starting to wonder how she learned how to do this and why she finds it entertaining. But apparently she's a hardworking dog who works at a horse farm. But when she sees that water, she can't help herself and she just goes crazy. Go, sissy, do your thing. Man, look how cute that is. Can you find a cuter engineer? You can't. Dogs are so cute. Don't you just love when animals do cute things? I love when animals do cute things. I don't like when animals start making crime syndicates though. I don't like that at all. Monkey war really might happen. You guys gotta be prepared. Now moving on to something a little bit more serious. This robot can work forever. That's right, you heard me right. Forget about the monkey war. AI war is upon us. Because this robot from China called the Walker S2, made by UB Tech Robotics, has a unique ability to be autonomous. And it can never run out of power because guess what? It knows how to change its own batteries. This is actually a technological marvel. But more importantly, let's think into the future. Changing batteries is step one. But what happens when they learn how to use a drill? Or they learn how to fix their own parts? What if they start learning how to 3D print stuff? Or what if they learn how to code? That's it, I think we're done for. I think we're done for. You think I could outrun a robot? I can't even outrun my 94-year-old grandmother. I've tried. Okay, but seriously, this is some cool new tech and I'm really excited to see how manufacturing becomes a lot more efficient. Never having to change batteries means a lot less downtime for production, and you gotta admit, it looks pretty cool. And hopefully it doesn't go wrong and take over the world. Hopefully. A man can only hope. But moving on to number 6. You'll never guess why this guy is harvesting this hornet's nest. So that right there is a hornet's nest, and you will never catch me near one of those things. Oh my god. But this guy is going straight in and cutting right into it. Why, you ask? Why put himself in so much danger, you ask? Well, it's all about the larvae that are inside, of course. Okay, I know. You're probably wondering, what is he gonna do with that larva? But after some research, here's what I found. Apparently, they sell the larva at a very high price. Because people eat them. People eat them. That's right, they're apparently a delicacy in China, and people are willing to pay high prices for them. Why? Hornets are evil, and why would you want to eat their babies? Why? But they do say that shrimp are the cockroaches of the ocean, and shrimp tastes pretty good. So maybe I'll give this larva a try if people really like it. If it tastes like shrimp, then I'm in. But what do you think? Would you eat this? Tell us in the comments below. On this week's edition of Today I Learned. Have you ever wondered where poop goes when you take a dump on a flight? I literally just thought that poop gets sucked out of the toilet and then shot out the plane. Because the vacuum flush thing on the toilet is pretty strong. But that doesn't really make sense because why would planes just drop poop everywhere? But today I learned that there's a lavatory ground crew, and their job is to diligently remove the doo-doo water from the plane. It loads it onto a truck and then to a facility. Why didn't I know this? I really thought that it just got sucked out into the sky. Am I the only one who really thought that? But you know what? Shout out to the ground lavatory plane of the crew, man. That's some really good work you guys do. And they don't get appreciated for it. So clap it up for them. We love you. We love you. Thank you for not letting poop fall down from the air. So you're actually our heroes. And also, the more you know. And story number 8, China slices mountains just to make an expressway. In some crazy infrastructure news, take a look at these mountains that look like they were completely sliced open just to have a highway put in between them. Honestly, it looks insane, like I can't believe that's actually real. But apparently this is in Guizhou province in China. And this was done to create an expressway leading to the highest bridge in the world, which is also crazy infrastructure news too. They're just doing a speed run of the most impressive roads over there. But this sparked heated debates about why they had to destroy these mountains and if there were some better ways of doing things. I mean, just think about how much energy and time it took to cut away all that dirt. And also, here's a question. Where did they put the dirt? Or where did they put it after they cut it off the mountain? That's a lot of dirt. Well, if they dump it into the ocean, they could make those islands like in Dubai. But I mean, seriously, I'm really curious to know where they put it because that's a lot of dirt. It's like you could make a whole new mountain with all the dirt that you cut off from that other mountain. But that aside, let us know what you think about this. Do you think there's a better way of doing things? Let us know in the comments below. Chicago dumps 82,000 rubber ducks into the river for a race? No, don't worry, they're not polluting the river. The people of Chicago are just having their annual rubber ducky derby. They dump all 82,000 of these rubber duckies into the river, and then they float down and they, honestly, this is a really weird event because, I don't really know why it exists. I guess it's entertaining to see all these rubber duckies float down the river. But is it really? Is it really? But after some reading, it looks like there's a fundraiser where people can adopt a duck for $10 and raise money for the Special Olympics Illinois and get a chance to win some prizes. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense because, if it wasn't a fundraiser, I don't really see the use of putting the ducks in the river. I'm confused. Is it supposed to be fun? It just looked like they polluted the river for no reason. But also, if you're wondering about the polluting part, apparently they gather every single one of these ducks to make sure that the river stays clean, and they're ready to use it for next year's Rubber Ducky Derby. But honestly, out of all the stories here, this is one of the strangest ones because why does it exist? I don't know. That's what's strange about it. That's what's weird. That's what's crazy. But I don't know. What do you think? And anyway, we're on to the last story of the week. A guy caught speeding at the autobahn fined $1,000. This guy was driving 199 miles per hour on Germany's autobahn, and he got a hefty fine of 900 euros. And I know what everyone's thinking. This is the autobahn. This highway is supposed to have no speed limit. I thought that the autobahn had no speed limits where you could just bring your car and drive to your heart's content. What happened? Well, yes and no. Apparently, the autobahn has some sections where there are really strict speed limits, and this guy was caught driving 124 miles per hour over the speed limit. But there's a question we're all thinking. What is he driving to reach 200 miles an hour? A rocket? How did he even get to that number? That's insane. If I was the cop, I would just let him pass because that's impressive. But $1,000 fine is crazy. If this guy has a car that's fast enough to go at the speed of light, well, he could probably afford a $1,000 fine. Well, it's sad he can't drive for 3 months though, but that's what you get, I guess. You should stay safe. Remember, no drinking and driving, and check for speed limits, everybody. Everybody, remember. Don't forget that. And I have to say that does it for this week's episode of Odd News Weekly. I hope you enjoyed all the stories. Let us know which one was your favorite, and let us hear all the crazy stories you've heard from this week, and let us know down in the comments below. Please, we'd love to hear all your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any other videos. And remember, friends, stay odd. See you next week. Bye!